Brad Bill Doyle, Worcester Telegram. Can you just talk about what Avery did, scoring the ball in the first 3 quarters and the defense on Jimmy Butler?
Yeah, I mean, Avery's really important to our team. We've said that all year. You know, he's played great in the last couple of games, and you know, I think that Jimmy Butler's a hard guy to guard. Dwayne Wade's hard to guard. You're not going to stop those guys, but you just try to make it as hard as possible. And you know, I thought all of our guys did a pretty good job when they switched on to Butler tonight. And but certainly Avery is the guy that, you know, starts a game on him and has played a lot of minutes on him and done a really good job.
Brad, Steve Bulpett, Boston Herald. What does it say? What are your thoughts just about Isaiah? 1 for 10 on threes, and then kind of helps turn the game around in the fourth with a defensive rebound.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great rebound in traffic. We played pretty well in that fourth quarter, offensively and defensively. Even the shots we missed, I felt like were great looks. You know, I thought that Isaiah did a lot of good things. We haven't shot it the last 2 games. But you know, I don't have a problem with most of the looks. I thought that we got a little, you know, I thought we shot a few that were a little bit, you know, questionable in the first half. But I thought for the most part we settled down after that and played pretty well.
Isaiah's defense in that stretch too?
Isaiah's doing a good job. I mean, we're asking him to do a lot, you know, and those, he's switching some, showing some, blitzing some. He's got to be on his toes and alert the whole game because, you know, they're involving him in a lot of actions.
Coach Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com. You touched on it right there with the shooting. You guys are outshot 51% to 43% tonight. You were outshot literally from start to finish of the game. How did you guys maintain and stay close in the game and then pull away in the fourth quarter despite that shooting?
Well, I have no idea what the rebounding totals were, but I felt like we were decent on the glass. And then you know, I mean, six turnovers is the key to the game, right? You can't. We gotta not turn the ball over. I have an idea now what the rebounding totals were. Yeah, we were -4. That's a pretty good night for us.
Jared Weiss, CLNS Radio. It looked like you were subbing Avery in tandem with Jimmy Butler to try to always keep him on the floor. Was it just really crucial that even if Bradley wasn't directly guarding him, to have him available to switch on and off?
As long as Wade and Butler were on the floor, yes, I felt that way. But, you know, I trust our other guys to guard him. But Jay was out at that time, Avery was out at that time, and Wade and Butler were both in the game, I believe. So, you know, with Marcus out there, he would be assigned to one, and then Avery or Jay would come in to guard the other.
Mark Murphy, Boston Herald. Brad, it seemed that Al had his hand in almost every single offensive play down the stretch there. Can you just talk about how much he tied things together for you?
Yeah, he was really good down the stretch, and we needed him to be. We need him when they go small like they did to be able to score in the post and play through them in the post, rebound the ball, make plays. He was active defensively. He got his hands on tons of balls. He was great blocking out. He just did a lot of good things. And as you know, I mean, we play through his passing quite a bit. So, yeah, just need to keep doing it.
Brad, Chris Mannix with The Vertical. You don't have a lot of guys on the roster with deep playoff experience. Do you feel like your guys are learning something on the fly about just how tough it is to win just 1 playoff game, much less 4?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's been, you know, something that, you know, obviously 2 years ago when we played Cleveland, we were, you know, I thought we actually played pretty well, and it wasn't even close, right? And so, you know, last year I thought we played a little bit better, and, you know, obviously our first 2 games didn't go so hot, but I think we've learned a lot throughout all of that. You know, it's tough to win. It's tough to win an NBA basketball game, let alone a game at this level and this level of intensity with the guys that are on the other team.
Joseph Pavone, WEI.com, Causeway Street blog. Brad, just to piggyback on the earlier question about Al Horford and about how much he means to this team and that incredible fourth quarter that he was able to put together.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really important part of our team. You know, we're thrilled he chose to be here, and you know, we play through him offensively, and then we rely on him to kind of be our anchor on our calls and our coverages defensively. I mean, he does a lot for us.
Mike Petralia, WEEI.com. Brad, 25 three-point attempts, I think, in the first half, but in the second half, seemed like you guys were obviously a lot more effective getting into the paint. Al, Isaiah driving to the lane. How much does it satisfy you to see you guys being able to kind of modify the game plan from start to finish?
We didn't really modify the game plan. We want to attack the paint all the time. We didn't do a great job of that all the time, but if we're shooting inside-out threes, that's a good shot. We weren't shooting as many inside-out threes as we needed to. We weren't attacking the paint enough, but our guys, once we settled down, did a better job of it. And we tried to raise up some actions higher on the floor so that Isaiah had more space. And when he was able to get more space, I thought then we were a little bit more spread out to attack off of his penetration. He has to make great reads and kicks, and he did that really good job of that tonight.
Brad, Chris Gasper, Boston Globe. I just had to piggyback on what you just said about Isaiah. Was there anything different that they did defensively in the first three quarters in terms of their coverages on him? And also, did you think Hoiberg's comments about the carrying had any effect in terms of the way the officials called Isaiah's game?
I mean, no, I didn't think that, there was, obviously there wasn't a carry call that I know of that I remember, but again, we talked about that, but like by the letter of how the rule is stated, I don't think he carries the ball. I think that, I do think that, what was the first part of that question, Chris?
In the first three quarters, I think he was 3 of 11. Did they do anything different with their defensive
they were
coverages?
back with their 5 a little bit more. Lopez, he wasn't quite as high maybe as he was in the other games, but they've just been really up and aggressive on him, and I think Cannon has done a good job. Cannon's tried to pick him up. They've picked up full court. We put Smart in early to have a second point guard on the floor, so that Isaiah didn't always have to bring it up, and we'll probably look to continue to do more of that. Thanks.